Can your emotions affect your success or your growth? Hi, my name is Dr. Meghna Dikshit and I welcome you to watch this video where I'm going to discuss about can your emotions affect the success? Can it give you success or failure or mediocrity? What is it? Why am I discussing this topic today with you guys? Okay, because a lot of my coaching clients have approached and said that, ma'am, this whole corona, the whole lockdown, the whole COVID has been taking a toll on our mental health, where we are feeling that the anxiety is catching up. Even though whatever you're teaching us and whatever you're telling us to do, we are taking care of it and we are staying in the good vibrations. We're not allowing the negative thoughts to overpower us. We're still feeling that maybe this is a topic that needs to be discussed. Then what I did is I also did a little survey with my existing clients, and this is like about 1,000 people responded to this survey. And we found out that the anxiety, like we asked them various questions, like what are the topmost problem that they're facing or challenges they're facing at this moment, and what would they like to shift. And the 1,000 people, about 992 people responded, okay, not 1,000 people, 992 to be precise, people responded that the topmost of the thing that they want to get rid of is anxiety. Now that is something was an eye-opener for me, because as a coach, as an energy healer, and as a doctor, I don't feel that I stay in the anxiety. So for me, it was a shocker when it came to me that, and these are my existing clients, those who are working with me, and people are topmost is anxiety. So are you feeling anxious? Like if you're watching this video and if you haven't understood what are your actual emotions and what are your actual feelings, are you feeling anxious by any chance? And in the comment box, let me know, like, if you're getting anxious thoughts or you are trying something so that you do not feel anxiety. Okay, anxiety, fear, like, anticipation of something worst going to happen. I don't know. I mean, is it what you're facing at this moment? And the interesting part about the anxiety and fearful thoughts is we don't need to have COVID. हमको COVID की ज़रूरत नहीं है, हमको लॉकडाउन की ज़रूरत नहीं है. हमारा ब्रेन इस तरह से वायर्ड है कि एंजाइटी, फियर, ये सारा कुछ अपने आप आता है. जरा कहीं हमको लगता है कि ये चीज़ हमारे सही तरीके से नहीं चल रही है, हम तुरंत एंग्शियस हो जाते हैं या हमको फियरफुल लगने लगता है. हमको लगता है कि कोई अननोन चीज़ हो रही है. कितने लोग ऐसे हैं आप में से जो, अगर आप वीडियो देख रहे हैं तो आपको लगता है कि जैसे ही थोड़ा सा अननोन जोन आता है, जो आपको लगता है कि ये कुछ नई चीज़ है और आपको पता नहीं आप कैसे इसको हैंडल करेंगे, तुरंत आपको फर्स्ट थॉट आने लगता है एंग्शियस, फियरफुल, एंग्जाइटी, कि हाउ विल आई मैनेज इट, हाउ विल आई डू इट. देन यू मे बी डूइंग समथिंग एंड टेकिंग केयर ऑफ इट. I work with CEOs. I work with the business owners and entrepreneurs, and I know that most entrepreneurs and CEOs, the topmost problem they face is the fear of unknown or anxiety, or what is the outcome going to be. Because the bigger the responsibility you have, the higher the chances of falling into those traps of anxiety and fear. Now, somewhere in your brain, it is also designed that way that, it's to warn you, to caution you, to tell you that there is something which is not okay. It is the brain's primary function. Because as we were cavemen and as we were living in, jungles or forests or, maybe savannas where there was nothing, and all of a sudden an animal could come from somewhere and can attack you. Or maybe you wouldn't get to eat something for long, a few kilometers or miles of walking. Or suddenly there could be something that you need to take care of. Like there could be possibly, where will my next meal will come, or where will, what kind of an animal would pop in front of me and I have to take care of things. So your brain is still designed that way, to take care of you, to protect you from any uncertainty or anything unknown. And these are really testing times where everything is unknown. Everything is uncertain for us. So it's very natural to feel that way. Now, when I say that, when I say that the most CEOs and business owners most of the times go through this fear, not because it's COVID, but apart from that as well, because they have a lot of responsibility, not just for themselves, but also the responsibility of taking care of their own family members, also the taking care of their business, taking care of, almost everything, like even their employees. They're responsible for a lot of stuff. And I know a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs take it really personal. The success, their identities are attached to the success and failure of their business. So it's naturally, and sometimes you're also wired that way, that you take additional responsibilities for other people's livelihoods as well. And then you feel extremely fearful and scared, and what you want to do. To be very honest, like yesterday I was coaching a client, and this client of mine, he said that, in the meetings I've observed that people want me to come up with immediate solutions, and I'm a person who takes a little time to think about the whole thing and go in my mind. I need some space to come up with a solution. But I feel that the organizations which allowed me that time and space to think and come up with a solution, because they trust me that I can come up with the best of the solutions, I thrived. And the organizations thrived with me. But the organizations, and currently that person is working in an organization where he does not have a team that trusts him or gives him that time and space to come up with innovative solutions. They want immediate solutions. And he says that the moment I get into this whole thing that I need to produce an immediate solution, I feel that I'm not able to perform. I feel that pressure, and I go into anxiety, I go into the fear, and I feel my performance is getting affected because of this. So how can I deal with this? Are you facing something like this? Do you feel uncertain? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel that I don't know what's going to happen? You may be bouncing back from that feeling, but are you going through it? A lot of people these days I'm seeing is also additional fear, apart from the business and the job and the livelihood fear. Apart from that, it's also the fear of corona. Like, what if I get affected by it, and how will be my future because of that? And it's a very natural fear to go through. So if you feel something like this video is for you. I'm going to tell you something which is very simple, okay? I'm going to tell you some science behind it, and some science behind it, but I'm also going to give you a solution towards the end of it, okay? That is going to really quickly shift your focus from anxiety to progress, okay? So what happens once you get anxious or fearful? The major part of our everyday life, okay, every single moment, what are we doing? We are making decisions. Sometimes the decisions that you feel are involuntarily. Like everything, like if suppose I'm talking to you, I'm moving my hand in a particular fashion. If my hand goes here and there, in a particular fashion, my eyes will go here and there. We think that it's involuntary and what's the big deal? But that's a big deal, because your brain is a complex machine that's producing decisions every single moment. Like, see, if my hand is moving like this, it's a decision made in my brain to move my hand like this. Okay? Every single moment, those decisions are happening, small or big. Now, if you're anxious and fearful, the biggest impact happens on the decision making. Because your decision making happens, so what happens is in the brain now comes the science parts. Don't run away, stay with me. I'm going to make it easy for you, okay? In the brain there are 4 different lobes. I'm not going to get into the details of these lobes, okay? These are 4 different parts of your brain. Now the brain, the part of the brain which is called as prefrontal lobe, which is in the front of your, it's right here, the forehead or a head, it's called as prefrontal lobe. And prefrontal lobe is also associated with the decision making center. Okay, there are centers for everything in the brain. As I said, it's a machine. It's a super refined machine. Okay, so in the prefrontal cortex, there is a decision-making apparatus. Okay, now what happens is that's also the seat of your logical mind. Okay, which is rational, which is logical, because for making the decisions, you need logic. Okay, the decisions may be influenced by emotions, but at the end you make the logical decisions, right? But what happens is, before the logic comes emotions. Think about anything in your life, okay, right from the space. And if you haven't watched my video on logic versus emotions, it is on YouTube. You can watch that video. I give you some examples about logic versus emotions. Now, if you see let me give you an example of something like this, okay? You decide that you are on the weight loss, or you want to shed some extra kilos, you want to get fitter, and you know that you don't want to touch that sugar, you don't want to touch that pastry, you don't want to touch that cake, okay? But you still do it. You logically know that that's not the right decision that you're making. But your emotions take over. You start giving yourself excuses in terms of, it's okay to eat that little piece of chocolate. It's okay to eat that little piece of cake. I have worked so hard. I deserve this. The best one, right? So you come up with so many excuses with so many stuff. And you know that, your decision making, if you have the refined ability to make the right decisions, it's not about eating that piece of cake. It's also making the right decisions in your business, okay, and coming up with them immediately. Most people, when they have to make the decisions, they freeze. And why do you freeze? Because the past experiences, they sometimes give the fear and anxiety, and sometimes the anticipation of the future. The uncertainty, the unknown, that brings out those kind of fears inside you. And the moment those fears come, what happens is, there is a part of your brain which is called as amygdala. There comes the science again, don't get scared, okay? Amygdala. Now, amygdala is your sentry. If you know what I mean, sentry is a person on the ship, okay? If you go on the ship, sentry is the person who keeps just complaining to the captain. Keep telling the captain all the time that there is a hurricane here, there's a tornado there, there is there's a cyclone there is this, there is that. Even though your ship is not in that particular area, okay, I'm not going to details of the ship and this example, but even though if you are not in that area where the cyclone is, hurricane or tornado is happening, the sentry's job is to report to the captain across the world, all oceans, what's happening. Now, sentry is your amygdala, okay? Its job is to keep screaming and shouting and telling your logical brain, your prefrontal cortex, that there's a problem, there's a problem, there's a danger, there's a danger, there's a threat, there's a threat, there's uncertainty, there's this, there's that, this goes on and on and on. Now, imagine if you give in to the anxious thoughts, if you give in to the fearful thoughts that your amygdala is passing on to you, what is going to happen? The captain is going to get bombarded by these messages, and the captain is finally going to give up, right? Because the captain though the captain has a lot of power, but captain is alone, right? And the sentry is right with the crew members. Do you agree that there are more crew members than the captain? Obviously, there is 90% of the ship is filled with crew members. That's your subconscious mind. And subconscious mind, the amygdala or the sentry site, is exactly at the emotional brain or the subconscious mind. It's at the seat of it. Now, if the continuous messages keep going, and if your logic just slips because of the anxiety and fear, which is obviously, you have so many outcomes in front of you right now. You can either thrive in your business or in your life, or you can just, you can just go losses or struggle or stuff like that. There are many options right now happening in the world. But if you choose to somehow, if your logic goes on toss, and if you somehow choose to give in to the fear and anxiety of the worst outcome possible, your decision-making ability is going to get hampered big time. And the moment you get anxious and fearful, you will start making wrong decisions, because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy after that. If you believe that the worst outcome is going to happen, you will take the actions that will make you believe that the worst outcome will come true. and you will take actions which will obviously in front of you will see the worst outcome coming true. So in this way, you will actually prove it to yourself. Now, by saying all this, what solution do I have to offer you? Okay, if you're just watching this video, okay, I will tell you one more science fact, okay, just to make you understand how this whole thing works, and what I'm going to do, the solution I'm going to offer you, how it can work for you. Okay, so if you're ready for the solution, type solution in the comment box. Type solution in the comment box and tell me that you're ready. Solution. Type in the comment box solution. Okay. By the way, do not forget to share this video with at least 10 people. Okay, because this is a gold. This is like powerful. If you understand this, if you understand that how can you calm yourself in the most adverse situation, you will be able to make the right decisions that will make you create the choices that can give you the progress in your life. Okay, so this is a very crucial point. So do not forget to share it with your people. Okay, so let me come back to it. Okay, let me come back to a little science that I want to tell you is there is nervous system in your body. You must have heard in your school. Okay, there is nervous system. Out of all the systems in the body, one of it is nervous system. Now there are two kinds of nervous system, okay? Sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system, okay? Don't need to remember the words, but the sympathetic nervous system, you can control stuff, okay? The parasympathetic nervous system is the nervous system which you cannot control, okay? Now parasympathetic nervous system, what does it control in your body? It controls your blood circulation, it controls your digestion, it controls your heart rate, it controls your, again as I said, you know, all of these things which are not in your control. You don't like particularly, okay, I am going to sleep right now, I don't want to breathe. No, the parasympathetic nervous system does not listen to your control. Okay, it's not in your control. So then what do? It's a very simple process, okay? What do you do for the parasympathetic nervous system is, you know, the moment you're anxious, your parasympathetic nervous system is gone on toss. The moment you see the worst possible outcome coming in front of you, your parasympathetic nervous system is gone on the toss. So it's a very simple thing that you need to do. Are you ready to do it with me? Okay, are you ready to do it with me? So type in the comment box and say, yes, do it. Yes, do it. Okay, what is Nike's slogan? Okay, just do it. Just type in the comment box. That's a nice one. Just do it. Okay, let's get into the high energy state. Let's get into the smiling faces and let's say, just do it. So are you ready to just do it with me? Okay, type in the comment box, just do it. Okay, let's do it together. Okay, very simple. Your parasympathetic nervous system, if you want to calm it down, okay, a very simple thing you have to give your body. Okay, what are you certain about in your life? Okay, it's a game of certainty and uncertainty. The moment you feel uncertain in your life, you feel scared, you feel the fear, you feel anxiety, and then your decision making goes on toss. Okay, that's how it works. Because your parasympathetic nervous system is feeling that there is a threat, there is a threat, there is a threat. The center is shouting constantly. So tell me, opposite of uncertainty is certainty, right? What in life will make you feel certain? Come on, take a guess. What in life will make you feel certain that there is no threat? Come on, take a guess. You will feel certain, okay, when you breathe. Very simple. What's the feedback you're giving to your body when you're breathing? That you're alive. What's the threat? Okay, when the brain is perceiving the worst possible outcome, what's the threat? I'm going to die. Somebody else is going to die. My life is going to crumble down. It's not going to be fine. It's a threat, fear. And the moment you breathe, oh, I'm alive. Oh, I'm alive. The fear. The moment you breathe, oh, I'm alive. The parasympathetic nervous system is suddenly feeling like, no, this is not right, this is not right. Yes, there is a fear, the sentry is shouting that something is going to go wrong, But here I see, the practical I see is, oh, there is a breathing happening. That means I'm alive. I am breathing. I'm alive. I'm breathing. Right? Did you understand the difference? Simple difference, right? Simple it is. So what you need to do is you just need to breathe. Okay? And breathing, now you may say that I'm anyway breathing. What's the big deal? Why would my parasympathetic nervous system feel the fear if I'm breathing? Watch your breath when you're anxious. Your breath is not going to be the breath which is full breath. You'll breathe very shallow, very fast. Observe it whenever you're fearful, whenever you're anxious, or you see somebody who's fearful, anxious, particularly in the low vibrations. Particularly feeling angry, particularly feeling sad, depressed. Very shallow vibrations. Very shallow breathing. So what do you need to do? You need to breathe consciously. And how do you need to breathe consciously? You need to take the breath, like you need to count for 6, okay? For the 6 counts, you will breathe in, okay? In your mind, you keep counting, okay? Do it with me right now, okay? Okay, let's do it together, okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep breathing. 5, 6. Now you see, you inhaled and you would see your abdomen inflating. It's coming out like a balloon. Like, okay, you're breathing in till your abdomen, it's full. And then what you need to do is, you need to breathe out slowly, taking the 6 counts again. You may breathe out through your mouth. That's all right. But you have to repeat this process multiple times. Breathe in for 6 counts. Breathe out for 6 counts. And it's a conscious effort. Okay. The other day I was talking to this one of other coaching clients of mine, and she was going through some terrible fears. Okay. A lot of people are going through some terrible fears, right? Now let's acknowledge. Sometimes I don't even go through the terrible fears, but sometimes I am constantly doing stuff. There are constant timelines. I'm working on stuff. I'm writing stuff. I'm doing things. Constantly something or the other happening. And sometimes you snap out and you feel, oh my God, I snapped out. Okay. I feel like crying. Oh my God, I'm getting angry. Oh my God, I'm unnecessarily shouting on my team member. The moment you get all these things, you stop. Okay. You stop and breathe. Very simple. It takes couple of minutes. Okay. It takes couple of minutes. Just breathe. Consciously breathe. And you will see the parasympathetic nervous system getting the feeling, oh, I'm alive. I'm alive. It'll happen. If you get a chance, you can also calm down with, you can quickly take a saltwater bath. You can also probably go for a walk or a run. Anything that disassociates you from disengage you rather from those thoughts. Those are making you anxious and fearful. Okay, so you just need to breathe consciously. Maybe you can go for a walk or run. Maybe you can just pause, take a cup of green tea, just sit down by yourself. Or maybe do something that will kind of disengage you from those thoughts. Let me know in the comment box, what are your disengaging activities, okay, to feel calm, to feel, you can calm down your parasympathetic nervous system. What are some of the activities that you generally do, right? Or which one would you like to pick up from the ones that I suggested you? Let me know. Always remember, if you want to progress and if you want to be successful, remember, your emotions should not come in the way of your success. Your stuck-up emotions, your hyped emotions, your low vibrations will always come in the way of your decision-making, choosing the choices that you have. Even seeing the choices that you have, that will impact it. So choose one of these activities, or let me know the one which you know that works for you to calm you down. Type in the comment box and let me know about it. Once again, do not forget to share this video, and I will see you soon.